So that will be useful for you guys to refer later. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen. So I'll go with the little slow phase only. Okay, so I have a template also with me. So this is a template which you can refer. Okay, functional specification for SAP S/4HANA implementation project. Okay, okay. This is like, even you don't have much knowledge on S/4HANA system, then fine. Okay, so I'll just give a brief about the, what I can say, the process flow, how the FS will look, and each organization will have their own template. Okay, and it's not like same format you should follow and all, not like that. They will have their own, that just you have to manage with that template format to develop your own functional specification. So you can say, see right here, it is module and development name, grn printout, then document number, version number, effective date, from where it is, when it is effectively you can use this. And here all you can see, and prepared by the consultant name and functional consultant date, everything. See, document sign off sheet means you are going to sign on this, reviewed by, approved by project manager, project leader, like that. You can see the format here. And the version also, you can, if there are different versions, in the sense you keep updating the FS document here and there based on the changes asked by the business, then you can change based on the version 1 to, like that. Date also you can mention, and you can mention that here and there changes are also changes happening with this FS based on the discussion with business. Sometime what happens, the first we develop FS, but it will take more discussion with the business, and later we'll have multiple versions. Okay, then here you have to write table of content, in the sense like, what are the what is the scope of this function specification, then objective, then prerequisite, transactions, then what, any programs you are referring, selection parameter, customer tables, report output, form output, like that, user exit or enhancement, whatever things, right? This is a format. Okay, in any flow chart is there, or logic you are right. Okay, functional validation requirement. And once you have managed to handle this FS, the logic and all, what is the testing requirements? Because if you mention all these points, then it is easy to handle entire development from the starting to end. Okay, so here, okay, let me zoom little this. Okay, so see, this is the summary, like module, which module and requested by, you have to put the name and date, everything, and title grn printout, priority high, here it is, I think. Then volume of data here, report reducing, characteristics required, interface specification. There are many information, but it is not required, I think. Then if you come down, scope, this is the main thing. If any FS you're writing, then you should mention what is the scope of this particular requirement. Without scope, you cannot go and do some development, right? The scope of this document is limited to the implementation and computer system validation activities of the SAP S/4HANA system within the ABC business unit as detailed below. Okay, so scope they have not mentioned here, because here you should write the scope of the requirement. Maybe this GRN printout is really required for the material when you receive. Okay, and you are putting that print or label on the boxes of the material which you receive. Okay, once you receive the material, then it should print a label, and then you sticking on that label on the boxes for the identification part. Physically they want to identify something, then they look for a customized printout for the goods receipt. Okay, sorry. Then relevant transaction code, here they have not mentioned much about the T code, but if you have any T code, you have to write here any transaction code. Then any programs which you are referring to copy and all, to develop a report and all, or maybe transaction, you have to write the relevant program name and all here. These all things you can take a help of a mapper. Okay, so just you have to go with the functional specification of this parameter. See, Tanesh or Devadarshan mentioned about the table and field names. So here you can see the Mad Dog is the table name which referred here, and field names are MBLNR and MJAHR. So let me share my SAP screen, okay, just for understanding purpose. So which table stores and how we are analyzing the table and field details. Okay, just a moment. I'll just log into the system. This system, hold on. What is the client? This, okay. I think this user ID password may be changed. Okay, anyway, I'll take this system. Okay, I think HANA system is not working. Somewhere I have to check on that. Anyway, I'll just open ECC system, because that Mad Doc is not available in ECC. Sorry for that. So I thought of going with HANA also today, but system is not accepting the user ID password. Somewhere, I don't know, someone changed the password. Let me try once again. No, this is the problem. Okay, anyway, it was working fine, and suddenly now it's not working. Okay, anyway, I'll show you the example. So here it is Mad Dog, so I'm not able to show it in ECC. It is Mad Dog is uh, in HANA system only. Okay, for the material document number, document year, and all to show. That I will check in future. So when system is available, that time I will just show that table. Okay, now normally when you go to SC69 transaction, so here you can able to find the general table display. Okay, so if I type Mad Dog, definitely it will be not there in the ECC, does not exist. But if you type like MSEG and all, it will be there. MSEG is for the document segment for the material. Okay, and MKBF, I think MKBF for the MKPF. Okay, for the header level. So always keep in mind MKPF and MSEG are the two table which stores most of the data which you do the goods receipt. Example, if I execute here, so this will have a data. Okay, example, material document number, then transaction event type, then here document type, right? Then document date, posting date, entered on username, all this, whichever you manage through the transaction MIGO. So all that header level data will be stored in the this particular MKPF material document, and MSEG will store the item level data. Okay, example, you can interlink. Sometimes you have to write logic of header and item level, then you have to know how the data you should how input you have to enter, and then which output you have to get it. Okay, so better I will go with the ECC one only. Hold on, because HANA part, so that is not good to explain today. See, this is the development of purchase print form. Okay, so they wanted to go with the T code YMPO0005. It's a customized transaction. They wanted to go with the development, and from that development transaction, they want to use this particular field. See, logic for header and logic for supplier details, like that. You can see, right? And logic for line item details. Okay. So here, if you see, the T code YMP 00005 is the development. Okay, it's a T code. transaction uh, development. And logic is like what? Vendor side and this purchase organization reporting this country, PO number, material supplier, and all this will be available in the header of the purchase order. Okay, I'll show it. When you go with SAP screen and you when you enter EKKO, and I'll search some field from here. Okay, wait. I'll just close other part because it will be confusion for me. Okay. So here see EKKO LIFNR. This is a field name for the purchase order level vendor number. If I search here LIFNR, okay, I can see in the header level of purchase order, this field will be there. Okay, if I click on this is LFNR. Okay, I'm just selecting this field from the EKKO. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here EKKO LFNR, then EKKO EKORG, and EKKO LA&D. These all fields are available in EKKO table. So I'll search here. Another field is EKORG. Okay, then other fields LA&D, then EBLANA, lands reporting country, right? So like this, I will write a logic. What are the fields are required? First, business will mention that we want this information to be printed. So then I'll go through the particular table. How I understand? Okay, I should get into EKKO because it is they're asking the data of the purchase order. So purchase order will be like having a table like EKKO, EKPO, like that. If I go to ME23N, okay, then if I click on this particular vendor or maybe order this number, if I press F1 here, then I can get this pop-up, and here you can see the fourth icon is technical information, and here you can see the table details you cannot see because this is a structure for the ME21N or ME22N. This all enjoyable transaction. You are not able to find out the table name through this F1, but you can find that field name. Okay, you can identify the field name. So always keep in mind this for the PO creation part. Always you will have a structure, not table. Okay, and as per my experience, or that EKKO is header level data will store, and EKPO is for item level, and EKB is for history level. Okay, and EKKN for account assignment. If something account assignment category is there, you are entering some cost center and all, then you'll get one tab called account assignment that will be stored in EKKN. At least you should remember EKKO, EKPO, EKKN, and EKB, four tables which majorly data will get stored. Okay, now here I am just selecting the field based on this logic for header levels. Okay, and I'll just take MATNR also. So I'll choose all the field and I'll see how the MATNR is not available in the header. So then it is not right? Here, whatever they mention the logic, EKKO, MATNR is not available because MATNR always available in EKPO. So this is also logic is not right. Okay, somewhere they have to put this in the item level. So I'll just search EKKO, this field. Okay, supplier vendor. Control F here. Okay, this is the field. Many of you don't know this particular field name. So keep in mind this is supplier vendor LLIEF. Okay, then choose this date of the PO AEDAT. This is also major thing. If someone asks like what is the field name for created on which date, so this is the field that data will get stored. Like example, if you have this date, right, 23/8/2022, so I'll take this PO only for the reference. Okay, and I'll keep this in the notepad. Okay, so here I'll just take other and see this business place registration number is not available in EKKO, you have to go with this J underscore one, some other table. Okay. So let's see now header level data, how it looks. If I, example, I should pass logic like without purchase order, I cannot get all this information, right? I should pass the purchase order number here in the EKKO. Okay. If I pass here and execute in the system, then I will get the data of the particular purchase order number from the EKKO. So to get this particular details, then you have to write a logic. You should tell developer to get this, all this field from the header level. You have to write a logic, pass EKKO EBLNR. This is a field, right? EBLN. EBLN is a field, purchase order, pass EKKO EBLN this value. Once you pass this value, then you should fetch AEDAT, then LFINR, then EKORG, and then this LLIF. So this data to be fetched, and position you have to explain, and you should talk to business where exactly you want to print vendor number, where exactly you have to get this purchase organization details, or the country, post of country, country of some tax return something, and date of the PO. So all this where exactly you want to print on the form. Okay, that you have to decide based on the discussion with the business. Okay, now when it comes to a logic for supplier details, then you can have this particular table, LFA1, LFA1, and T005. Okay, I'm not going to show everything, but I'll just show the example, this table. Okay, so here I'll just add this table. So tax region key. So if I execute here, so I'll not get anything, right? Because okay, something is coming here. Okay, this is a language. So this state, okay, this is the table, and this is the field. What is this field? BZDI. You should know that from here. Okay, so maybe this is a language or this country key, whatever it is, so that you can identify based on the table level, because here I am not able to see the field name, all that in this table. Okay, so like that you have to find out for the item details. Like item details are like what? So somewhere they're asking like a HSN code, they're asking tax code, total taxable value, CGST, CGST rate, SGST. So all this information they're asking. Example, if I take this STRKOME table, right? This table, I think something KOME, not STR. I think KOME is a table where data will be available. Wait, hold on. SA16N. Okay, this is a condition. KOM is a condition. From that, you can find out this particular field, KWERT. Control F. If I search here, KWERT. So these are the condition values. Okay, so you can choose this condition values, KWERT and KBETR. Right? If I search here, CGST rate and all. Okay, KBETR, then KWERT already there, and this is also KBETR, KWERT. Okay, only these are the fields, amount and this particular fields you are going to choose. Okay, under that there will be like SGST rate, IGST rate. This is about GST configuration. For any domestic project you are going to work out, then you will be getting all this information. Okay, CGST, SGST and all. So if I want to get this particular data, like I don't see any PO number here, right? Document condition is there, item is there, step number is there, counter is there. So if I want to get some data like this, okay, so KMA is the structure, not a table. So I'm not able to get the things from here. So somewhere they have written in a way that these are the tables. So let me try. This is not, I think, available. Hold on. 16N. Enter this. KONV, I'll just try. Okay, here if I search KWERT. Okay, here it is there. So I can choose this KWERT condition value, and then KWBERT. Sorry, this one, KBDTR. I'll just search here, enter here. select here. Okay, then I execute. Just I want to see how the data is available here. Okay, see here, condition value is there and amount is there. So from here you should fetch this kind of values from the table, and it should get printed on the form. Okay, then how you can get it from the purchase order, because this table is something different which stores most of the conditions data. Okay, here if I choose all the selection. Okay, if I choose all selection, okay, then I execute. So I can identify many fields here: document condition, item, step, then counter, then application, condition type. All these informations are there. Okay, then I should know how to handle the requirement, like how to write a logic to get the amount, to get the condition value, whatever it is the business is looking respective price. Example, they'll say I want this particular conditions to be printed. Okay, example PB00 or FRA1, this price coming right here 7,000. Okay, so how this, where it is coming and all. So example, if I pass this particular purchase order, then I should get this particular field data. So this data is not stored in the EKKO, it is stored in the table KONV. Okay, in ECC I'm talking, in HANA it is different, PRCD underscore element something table it gets stored. Okay, so to get this field, definitely you will just put F1 here and you click on this, and you can able to see this. This is KWERT and KOM is the structure. I told you, KOM is the MO is the structure. Whenever you write the logic, don't write logic in a way that structure you should not give. This is all structure. STR already given structure KOM. So always give logic to the developer, that table. And even you are going to give structure, you just mention this is a structure, this is a field you're looking for. Okay, and also see here it is like a CGST amount, CGST rate, SGST amount, SGST rate, IGST amount, IGST rate. There are like 3 items are there, and respective amount and rate, like that informations are there. Okay, so KWERT, KBETR is a field same for all. Okay, but you should know how to differentiate this particular data from the table. Okay, example, here it is not CGST and IGST and all not there, because this is the international purchase order. That time we will not go with the this GST part. Okay, but you should know how to get this particular field from where. So for that you should find out the common field in the KONV table, which you can link with EKKO table. So it is a little tricky. So you should identify here also which data or field you can find from the EKKO table, so that you have to search. So that logic is written in the next screen. Once you get all the information and tables involved, you have to write which are the table, and LFA1, T005U, EKKO, EKPO, MARA, MARCI. MARA, MARCI is like material and plant details to get, and this is the conditions. This is a structure KOME they referred. From that they will get the information, and this is the form logic. Okay, new column added for CGST, SGST, IGST. Okay, this is not possible through the standard thing, right? In that case only they have come up with new column. Okay, CGST, SGST, IGST to be added, rate and amount. And even if you go with any transaction to develop, right? So once you create a transaction, even you should know which table it gets stored. If any Z table is required, means some table which you develop as a Z table, and that table, this all the transaction data will be get stored. Okay, and here it is like another line they have mentioned, header and footer new field added with plant GST registration number and registration number. Okay, and it's like in the form header and footer, this information need to be printed like that. Okay, then tax code is hard coded with the tax procedure. There is a tax procedure standard in SAP taxin. Okay, they have copied this tax procedure, and they have managed to have a customized tax procedure. And this tax code, whichever you maintain the system in SAP, that they will go in the logic as a hard coded. Means, okay, this particular logic, when you go with, then system should print this tax code on the form. Okay, there is no much logic they have written, just tax code to be printed on the form whenever you run this transaction to print the purchase order form. Okay, and for getting the different values of GST like CGST, SGST, and IGST based on the condition types, such as these are the condition types available: JICG, JIIG, and JSG. Okay, these are the condition types. You can't see here this condition type, but if I search in KONV table, so then you can able to identify at least some here. If I search condition type here, okay, this one JICG, if I pass it, this one JICG execute, okay, there is no data in the system. If some data is there in the system with this GST and all, then system will give a information of this condition type, what all the informations are got stored. Okay, and here exporting the tax form structure into the functional module. Okay, this is the functional module they are going to refer. Okay, to view the functional module and all, you have to go to transaction, I think SC38. Okay, this is a program. So there is one transaction, I think SC37 or 38. Okay, 37. Sorry, I forgot that. Okay, this is the transaction to see the, if any functional module you have to use for the calculating the tax. You just keep in mind this calculate underscore tax underscore item. This is the functional module used to call the functional module somewhere you have to call. So from this you can use this functional module to get the data, and there is a program. Okay, already existing program you can see here. So through this system will go and just check the conditions, all that, this KPOSN equal to this like that, and these are the table KOMK MANDT. If I copy this KOMK, so then I can see this is a particular communication header for pricing. Okay, if I copy this, if I go back and search here SC16N, right? If I enter this data KOMK, so this is not table. Okay, this is the communication header for the pricing. How you have a communication structure for the release strategy, right? Like CBAN and CEKKO, like that. This is a communication header for the pricing, and here you can see most of the data in this particular the structure. Okay, and here once you know the functional module to use, you have to hand over to the developer. Okay, they will take care of that particular uh, requirement. Okay, and here you can see reading the internal table LT KOME. This is again technical things. Okay, to get the amount value KWERT for the GST, SGST, IGST by comparing condition item number KPOSN is equal to the number EBLF. Okay, somewhere you have to identify the logic, what is the, which field you are referring, and if equal to this EBLP, okay, then output should come like that. Okay, this is a little tricky that you're writing a code logic in a way that, okay, if this data is equal to this field, then only it should get the output in the form. Okay, so here you can see the test cases, like they are using the purchase order number. Okay, and once you have done all this, the logic is good, then you will be getting the form and you will be getting testing it. Okay, this is a simple form. They wanted to have a purchase form where majorly they wanted to see the CGST, IGST, all this information by for the purchase order with respect to the vendor and with material, all that. And majorly I can see their expectation here, the requirement is like to view the GST, SGST, all that information. See here, you can see, right? Logic output is majorly, I think, based on this HSN code, tax code. Okay, if I go with the EKPO, one table I'll show you the tax code. This is the table which stores item level, and here you can search this particular MWSKZ. Okay, you can see this is the tax code. Okay, if I pass any data here, PO number, so I can see tax code example. I'll see, open this and execute. I'm just executing all the data. So here, see, there are many purchase order are created, and each purchase order has the tax code v1 v2, there are many tax code, and you want to get this particular tax code and all, right? Then you have to choose this particular field. This is like if you go in PO level, so here there is a tax code in the item level, item details. If I come down in the item level, there is a field invoice, and here tax code. If I press here F1 and click on this technical name, and there you can see the MWSKZ. This is a field, and that's why functional consultant should know what all the information we enter in the screen, and where exactly it gets stored. So try to explore this kind of knowledge, which will help you to know about the table and field which you generally create. Okay, and writing logic and all, it takes some time. It needs it requires little more experience. Okay, simple form and all you can develop, and you can write FS and all, but this is the format you have to follow to write all the logic and all. Okay, this is a format generally you can refer, and I can show one form of GR printing, so which you can you will understand better way. Like see here, this is a form, the receipt note you have to develop. Okay, receipt name, the receiving plant name, plant address, GSTN, state name, then supplier name, address, GSTN number, like that, and GRN number. Here number should print which number, material document number, and date, which date you have received that date, and vendor invoice number is there, then it should print here. From where you can get the vendor invoice number, whether you can enter in the MyGo screen, enter vendor invoice date. These are the information you are not entering in the MyGo screen, right? From where you can get this and print on the form that you have to work out. And this serial number, description of the goods, invoice quantity, receipt quantity, these are the parts, things you can fetch from the particular table, which where you can create the data when you receive the goods. Okay, somewhere you can find some other information wanted to print, then definitely it's called customized form. Okay, generally if you see, if you go to purchase order or any other transaction, there will be a standard format available by SAP form. If that form is not reaching customer requirement, then you are going to manage to have a new form which need to be developed. And for this form print, first you understand the from the business or which format you want and what to print, signature or maybe logo should come, all that, no? You should decide, you should write a logic on that. And like example, each field you are numbering, like receiving plant name one, number one, then number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like that. You are numbering each and every field here information, and for each field you are going to write a logic. I think that format is there, I will show that here. Functional specification, if even if it is MATDoc, I will show the form structure, which will be easy to understand. Okay, I'll not stress much on the table. I'll get into the logic here. So here, see, I'll just maximize here. See, program logic. Okay, receiving plant name, plant address, GSTN number, state name, code, supplier name, address, GSTN. Here they have not numbered. If they have numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, always it is easy to just uh, copy, like compare with this format and FS. Okay, so that is always good if you number here 1, 2, 3 like that. So it's easy to link. Okay, so here you can see supplier name, address, GSTN, state name, and the code, GRN number. See, GRN number you can see, right? MATDoc, MBLNR. From the MATDoc table, get the field. MATDoc table, get the field. Okay, so vendor invoice number, MATDoc, XBLNR, MATDoc, BLDIT. See, these all date informations are readily available in the MATDoc table. So normally if you get into the ECC system, I don't think this MSEG or MKPF tables has this kind of invoice number, invoice did, all that. But in MATDoc, in S4HANA, you can find this kind of fields that you can go and check it once. Okay, serial number, description of the goods. See from where you can get the description. MATDoc, MATNR, having MATDoc cancelled as blank. So like this, you are going to write a logic. and picking the MAKT, MAKTX. Okay, MAKT means, see, directly you cannot get the description of the goods from the table. You have to go to MAKT table. How that is? If I try here MAKT table, which has majorly about the description of the material description. Okay, you have to pass the material number and then you can find the description of the material. This is the description which you create in the metal master, right? The data will be stored here and you can fetch it. But this requirement from the MyGo screen, right? So from there you cannot directly get into the MAKT table directly. So you have to write a logic. First you have to pass the details MADoc, MATNR. Okay, material number you are passing in the MADoc table, MATdoc table. From there, this equal to something blank in MAKT, MATNR with them. This is SPRAS, something is there. If you search SPRAS, this one language. Okay, so here material number, then language. From that you are going to get the description. There are two descriptions are there, right? If I example enter IN and execute, okay, in English language, so I can find only English language. If I want something language in different language, then you can pass equal to en or equal to some other language. If I click here, there are many language. Example, I want to have a language in Hindi language, some description to be printed, but nothing is there in the system. Okay, if we have something French language, right? Wait, I'll just enter FR and execute. So that will give a French description on the form. Example, some France country, they wanted to have a French description on the form. They don't want to go with the English, or they want to have English along with the French description. The users are not able to read in English. Then you have to go with this material, the language equal to FR. Then you should get this data, and that will be printed on the form. Okay, like that. For every requirement or every field, you should write a logic. From where you want this field, from where you want this field. If it is directly you have to get, you getting this, then it is very easy. Na? Most of things here you can find from the MATDoc table only, all the fields. But somewhere I can see the state name, then GSTN, supplier name, all these things, GSTN. You are just digging down with the many information like GSTN for same WRKS means this is plant. WRKS is plant details, the field. Then pass the T001W. This is the plant details, right? If you go here and search in system, this is the list of plants will be stored here in the system, right? Under this plant, you have to search this field J1 underscore 1 branch. If I search here this field, right? So that you can find here business place. Okay, example, if I check this and check the plant number and execute, so I can see all the details of the plant and business place. See, this business place is not maintained. See here BP01 is maintained. Okay, then you have to make this particular field as a mandatory in the plant creation time. Example, if you go and create any plant in OX10, right? So where you can see the plant details like 1000 or something here. If I open here, I should search where exactly this business field is maintained, business place is maintained, whether anything in the address level where exactly you have to enter, and it will get stored in the particular table. Okay, because if I see this business place is there in T00W, then you have to make that field as mandatory to enter, or else this form is not useful, right? So you have to get this particular, then branch, then this, then from there you can get the GSTN. Okay, hope this is clear for all, like how to write a logic for FS. Okay, so whenever you get into any project, please work on simple requirement, and then you can write the logic to get the form print or maybe transaction level creation. And if you want to create any purchase order history kind of development, T codes and all, very easy. Okay, you have to write a logic like example requirement is like purchase register they wanted to have in their business, because ME to N transaction will not suffice their requirement. Like in this report only give the list of purchase order and their fields, but they are looking purchase register report which should cover PR information, PO information, GR information, and invoice information. Okay, in a single report, they want to see all the data from different level you are going to run. Example, today you create purchase requisition, tomorrow PO, then GR invoice. There are a lot of informations are creating by different users, but there is a there they wanted to see some history or maybe the register on daily basis to compare any gap is there on any open POs are there, open GRs are there, open payment is there, right? So such kind of requirement they may ask us to develop a report which is customized. Then that time you should know how to manage to have a screen, first screen, input screen, and then output screen. Okay, such kind of requirement you get it right in the business or as a associate consultant. Always go and get it, grab it. This is very simple, and you can manage to handle such kind of requirement very easily. Okay, form and all development, it will take definitely a little time to understand each and every things to work out. A logic and all will be a little difficult compared to this report development. And see, in rise fw normally it's like what report, interface, conversion, enhancement, form, and workflow. This part I will talk in some other session, but I'll give a brief information about the what is rise fw, what are all the enhancement you can do, conversions, interfaces, reports, workflow, forms. Today we discussed about the reports and forms, how to manage fs for r and f. For interface, conversion, enhancement of workflow also, you have to write a logic and you have to write a fs for each and everything. At the end the format will be same, and you have to write the information in a best way that developer should understand, and then from that they can start working on the development. And here and there you should give a inputs, and if they ask any doubts you can explain. And in the first shot we will not do that much of good fs creation. So by practice and experience you start writing a good fs for the development part. That's it from my end. Okay, I'm just stopping the recording.